Today is leg day. One little fact is that I have not had a haircut since the Cujo video. The dogs are deciding to play right now at the same time I'm trying to do this. I'm going to show you the first time that I'm using the squat rack. I'm going to show some of my leg day exercises and then the squat machine that I got recently or right after surgery. What else? Well, let's just get started. I might have things to say afterwards, or I may talk during it, but here we go. Called Squat Redemption. Ow. Okay, so you can see here that I've got my Bowflex over there and the squat machine over here. So I have to figure out how to maneuver in here behind it until I can figure out how to get area arranged. Okay, so we'll do however many, 10 or 12. Also, I saw that a picture popped up with you in your black and white photo when you did have that scarf around your neck. We're gonna do it straight up and down. Okay. See if you can get a good visual here. There we go. When you had that scarf around your neck and you made your face all blurry, long time ago, before you ever even went to Mexico, I noticed that picture popped back up and it was not blurry anymore, so that everything is kind of connecting together so that I feel optimistic about it. I feel nervous about it. I feel all kinds of different ways, but we're continuing on through our nerves and doing these little exercises. Okay, this is what is it called? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, and then I'm not going to do all of them right now. On the camera, I'm just showing you what kind of exercises they do. I take the backrest. I take the backrest and I move it down, down, down. Down, down, down. You know, there was a lot of different phases I went through feeling embarrassed. I felt embarrassed when I went through dyeing my hair different colors. I got to a point where I was like, okay, this is enough. It doesn't feel like myself. And then I felt the same way when I was going out in public with my hair gone. And then I have that feeling come back up every once in a while. And I'm trying to figure out solutions as to what is the self supposed to feel like to feel good about itself, to feel good about myself. And I don't know. I can try different things that are good for me, or what I feel good about my work, or what I'm putting my heart into, and try and get over those feelings. But some of it, I think, is just good little exercises that you can do just to get the experience of how do I feel doing these kinds of things, going out in public, and people seeing me. A lot of that's good for you. Okay. Will you take this part? I've got to get the weight lifted, increased on here, because it's already become too easy for me. No sir, Gussup, no sir. You let me finish my video. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can. How can I tell? No, you can't. Let's put the. Okay. There you go. See that? Okay. Let's see. They're little pins that keep you from going down all the way. If you want to keep a stop on that, you could take them off and go down further if you wanted to. But right now I have them on there. Okay. And then here we go to. There's a few other ones that I made this paper. I cut these. This piece of paper is probably 10 years old. I've had it for a while. So I'm going to show you a few of those that I used to do all the time. The first one is called fire hydrants. You go like this. And then we have there seemed like I used to have more. Oh, there was another one like this. One was okay. That might have been donkey kicks. That was not fire hydrants. I don't have my donkey kicks on here anymore. But this one is called fire hydrant, and you go like that to the side. And I have resistance bands, so that would probably be a good idea for the outside part. And then there's a lying side leg lift. Alright. Go back up here. There you go. Like that. Okay, then we do this side. Okay, so we did donkey kicks, fire hydrants, side leg lifts. That's all I'm going to do for the video camera today. Squad Redemption. And is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? This morning, I saw a City of Abilene vehicle with a person sitting in it that said code compliance, and I saw several tractors going up and down the road I take walks on, which I was thinking that was probably a good memory to be having, to see what we're doing together and thinking about. And also, they had put all of that grass that I talked about being cut, they had put all of that in hay bales. And I think looking at those kind of things is interesting. I can imagine myself liking or being interested in doing that. Perhaps, who knows? But the other thing was that a yellow slug bug was following me. And I came out, or I started skipping and running, and then he drove past a few times. But the thing about the yellow slug bug is, I'm sure that you remember this. Let's get closer. Okay, if I can. I'm leaving the video like this so you can see me how I am scattered around here trying to multitask. God. So I saw the yellow slug bug, which I told you about, that when I was a young child, I used to have a dream that Jesus he came down from the clouds in a yellow slug bug. That's what I think that was all about, but that's another symbolism type of thing. I don't know what to do with it, but I will talk about it. The code compliance thing made me feel good after having shown what I was doing with my house and having discussed all of my ideas. And then trying to make connections with the children, ideas with the CC. But it made me feel good because I discussed what I was doing in here, and it felt like an approval or an affirmation about my ideas. And I think that, I mean, there's so much more that I want, the good things for the world that are more than about my own family. And so when I feel that kind of support come towards me, it kind of like, it feels like I'm being rooted for. And it especially feels good because a lot of these things that I'm doing, I'm a first timer, and I don't know how I'm going to be responded to about what I'm coming up with. And of course, it's definitely not finished yet, but I think that it is good to keep putting these ideas out to be able to be seen, and to know that I have this sense of you are doing a good job, and there's nothing to worry about. That kind of feedback feels good, because you don't like to feel like you're not, that people don't like what you're doing and you don't know why, or that you don't know why people are even interested in what you're doing. And that's just a little thing that I felt appreciation for whenever I went on my walk this morning. So I wanted to talk about that, and also about how the blurry face became a clear face. That made me feel good after the turtle exercise. And then also, what was it? Why? Because remember when I did that, I think it was on the Blogger, all those pictures, and I had taken things that you had made, and I put your blurry face there, and I listened to that blurry face song, and we were talking about the wedding and the ideas that happened in Cancun, Mexico, and you have made several things which shed light on the positive, optimistic side of everything's going to work out. And I think that's another thing that you are encouraging me to recognize when you use the word out. Even though I get nervous about what all's going on, I can feel the love, I can see the love, and I'm persevering through it. I'm allowing myself to put these videos out without editing them much, and that is an exercise for myself, because when you're getting to know somebody, you have to accept when you're actually here in the location with me, you're gonna have to accept me being nervous. All this has been hyped up so much, and for me to do these little things and let you see what I look like when I get nervous or when I get worried or when I get concerned, I think it's good for both of us, it's good for everybody. It's good for everybody. And so I'm going to continue doing these type of things. Squat redemption, summary. Here we go. Face to face, straight up. Look what's going on around here. Look at my sunburn. From the turtle walk. Okay, that's enough.